Okay guys, welcome to the channel. This week we're going to be reviewing the TX-15 LoneStar. So this rifle is a great rifle. I really want to play with it because when I first started playing Tarkov I really liked the look of this gun, but I've never really given it much airtime. But I think it can be a really good DMR, and it will be really effective to mid to long range maps like Shoreline or woods or lighthouse, and to be fair you could probably get away with it on reserve as well, or streets. So there's a few different things you can do with it. It is obviously a single fire rifle, and I'm using it as a DMR, so I've set it up with a 20 round magazine because I feel like you gain more ergonomics by putting in a 20 round magazine than putting in a 30, and it just makes it a nice functional DMR. The way to get this gun to start off with is if you search for it on the flea, you can find these guns quite effectively at around 70 to 80, maybe 90,000. What you want to be careful of is, first off, look for the condition of the rifle. So like this one's 95 over 100. This can be repaired up to 100, which makes it useful. But if you had one that was, say, like here, it's still not a great example, but you see it's already dropped from 100 on the right hand side, so that means I'm never going to be able to get it up to 100 or close to 100 because it's already damaged beyond that. So you basically, as long as the right hand number says 100, you can repair the rifle. The second thing you want to look for is what parts are on the rifle still. So this is a really good example because it has the AR-15 Magbull PRS Gen 3 stock already on it. You've also got the Raptor charging handle, which again is really good. It gives you a +3 ergonomics, and it comes as part of the build. This one has the muzzle brake on it, and ideally you want one that's got the suppressor as well, but if it doesn't, that's not the end of the world. And everything else we're probably going to change out for the bits we want. So cast your eyes down looking for the rifle that suits your budget and need best. So the budget I'm setting for this is around 200,000 to 220,000, and you can easily do that with this rifle. One of my overall tricks is I also look through and see if there's one already pre-built that's already there at that kind of money. So you see this has got everything on it already with a scope. It's actually got a red dot, and it's got the suppressor in there already for the 200,000. Now personally I wouldn't buy that one because I don't like that scope, but you can look for those kind of rifles. So if we scale up looking for the perfect one, so what we got, so that's another 150,000. It's got the suppressor on it, it's got the buttstock, it's got the Raptor charging handle, so that's a good example, and that was 150k. But I still think you can beat that. So if you go up a bit further, so 94k, 100, it's got the stock, it hasn't got the muzzle, but it has got the charging handle. So I probably missed that one. So looking a bit higher, back to the one we originally looked at, so 69,000, and we've got everything on there bar the suppressor, right? So we grabbed that for 69,000. Hopefully someone hasn't beat us to the punch. And this is, as you can see, these are the parts I'm putting on it. So I've laid it out like this so you can see. So essentially the only additions I'm putting, so these are the two that come with it. So you have the buttstock on there, you've got the Raptor charging handle on there, and hopefully you have the actual suppressor with it as well, but in our case it hasn't. So this build here is what I've taken off of the original build to show you. So I can slap all this back on there, and then we'll go through the build. So essentially this is the final build, so we want to turn ours into that. So we paid 69,000 for the gun. So if we go into edit build, and I've got a preset already made called Texy Mexy, and basically this build gives us 51 ergonomics and 55 vertical recoil, but it's a DMR, so I'm not too worried about the recoil. I'm more worried about, am I going to be able to hold this on target for a long time? So as you can see, I've put on the Recoil hand grip, I've changed out the magazine for a 20 rounder, I've put the Cobra I've put the Cobra tactical foregrip on there because it gives us 9 ergonomics and 1% minus recoil. So you can change that out if you want, but it's a nice all-rounder. It gives high ergonomics, so I like that. The Border Pro flashlight, I think it's best in stock for price. I mean, depends if you like flashlights, if you're really trying to blind your enemies, but that's up to you, it's personal preference. Then the suppressor is a Thunder Beast that just goes on the attachment, and as I say, a lot of these rifles come with the Thunder Beast already on it, so you don't really have to worry about that, but if so, it's just the Thunder Beast suppressor on the end. And I've put a Voodoo sight on it because I think the gun is reasonably priced, so you can get away with putting a Voodoo on it, but if you wanted to shave off some pennies, you can actually put on the TAC-30, which is probably the cheapest, but I wouldn't run this at night times because it's not very good at night missions. And if I was going to do a slightly better one, I'd probably go with the Smith & Bender. That's probably my all-time favourite scope that I use all the time because it seems to be best bang for buck. So it usually is about 45,000. There you go, 42,000 for that. And so that's a nice priced scope, so I like that. I always put on the Daniel Defense front and rear sights because it adds too ergonomic to the build, so it's cheap, it's a nice little addition there. And like I say, the gun has everything else in it, so it's not really a lot of modding on it. But if we just grab what those parts are, so there you go, for all those parts, 97,000 plus our 70,000, so that's a fully equipped gun for 170,000. Let's, oh, I missed the sight. Okay, let's get the sight. Oh, it's not available. Okay, so for this point then, we'll throw in the Smith & Bender, which I already have one of them. But essentially, other than the sight, it's exactly the same gun, 170,000. Now, obviously this fluctuates with what you can find on the flea, because like I say, you're looking for that rifle that has the components on it. So like this one, 94,000 for this one, and it's missing the muzzle brake. Next one after that would be 95,000, again missing the muzzle brake. What's this one? 111,000, that has the muzzle brake. But this is kind of the condition you want it in, but as cheap as possible, because then you get in the Raptor, you get in the buttstock, and you get in the muzzle brake, plus all the actual natural components that are in the TX-15. And you can definitely get them for cheaper. And if you feel like you can pick up one of these broken ones and mod it for the cheaper, then go for it. But I don't waste my time trying to do that. I just go for a mostly built one straight off the bat. So that's how I handle my builds anyway. That's how I get them. So, like I said, this is a really great rifle. I think it's definitely better for DMR purposes. Definitely better for long scale maps, but if you wanted to put a red dot on there or do some hip firing, it does pack a punch, especially if you're using the right ammo. So in my mags, I've done these 20 rounders, and I'm literally using M856A1, 15 of those with 555A1s at the top. So again, just gives me a bit of a punch at the top. So if you stick around to the end, I'll show you another little neat trick that makes this gun even better. But please watch through, like and subscribe, and we'll get into a raid. There he is. Okay, let's go get him, guys. Let's go get him. Okay, don't want to rush into this just in case there's someone else watching him, but the fact that he's still alive and there's no gunfire, probably alright. Okay, so I think he's headed into cottages. Just check these hills. I mean, it's probably really safe, but I'm just being careful, a bit cautious, especially when you're on your own. It's a little bit like you've got to make sure you've covered your bases. Oh, there he is. Where is he? Where is he? There you go. Oh, whiffed a few shots there, but got him. Okay. Alright, let's repack. I always try to make sure my mags are full, just in case I end up in another engagement. Oh, another guy. Ow. Yeah. So as you can see, this is pretty effective rifle. I mean, I know we're only shooting scavs here, but it's pretty accurate, pretty nice. It's definitely an ambush gun. Oh, here comes one. Pow! 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 Now. Pow! 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 Okay, he was a slippery one, that one. But yeah, it's an ambush gun, this. Definitely something you want to take a position and wait for people. But here's another clip of me stomping on some PMCs with it, so you can use it for both. But I wouldn't recommend going 50-50 with people. So in this clip I'm set up actually quite close to one of the spawns, and I know there's going to be a couple of guys running up on me, so I just wait to hear them until I hear their footsteps coming across. There you go, so I hear them outside, and I don't know if they're going to pass or if they're going to come in, but I hold position, trying to align myself right. Hear them coming underneath me, and the flashlight gives them away. Get some! Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Ooh, oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, reload. Jump. Alright, so I got a few hits, but I am hurting. Gotta finish him off. Ah, ooh, that was close. Injectors. Quick. 52 health. Yowza. Nice. Well, hopefully guys you can see that is how to use the gun. So it's mostly an ambush gun, but it can be used 50-50. But you definitely want to hip fire if you're going to do that. And yeah, I like it. I like the gun. I think it's not bad for the price. I think it's a good DMR alternative, especially when you're sort of wanting to balance between using M4 bullets, AK bullets, and your sort of M80s, which run into your 7.62s. But it's a nice alternative to the RSASs. It's a nice alternative to the RFBs. It's just generally a good gun. Looks good, feels good, and effective. So I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Hope it made sense, and I will hope to do more of these as we go along. But I'm just going to switch back and show you that extra thing we can do to the rifle now to make it even better. So the little trick I wanted to show you guys at the end is basically, if you get to this point, what you can do is disassemble to all its natural parts. If you come over to mechanic level 2, you can buy a chassis for an M4A1 for 18,000 rupees, sorry. So if I just buy one of these, so this now, so I can sell my TX-15 for 13.5, making this essentially like 5 grand, so 5,000 rupees upgrade, and I can slam all the same parts on this rifle as long as it fits. Why is that not going? There we go. Put that in there. Don't need the handle. So essentially now I have a M4A1 with all these higher end parts. So my recoil is at 58. It's not the best, but it's still very, very good. So for 175,000 in this case, I've got a really nice functional M4 that I can run into raids with full automatic as well as the DMR. You can still run it as a DMR, but I think that's a really nice upgrade that you can use really, really effectively and get away with a close to meta gun, to be fair. So essentially, yeah, you get an M4A1, 30 rounder in it, and now you've got a fully automatic rifle. So for an extra 5 grand, you can't go wrong with that. Alright guys, well thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. I'm going to try and do gun reviews regularly, so if there's any guns you specifically want to see, I can have a look at them for you, show you what they look like, do some builds for it. But yeah, this is the TX-15, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and like and subscribe.